and the lady in Kabaya, the traditional dress of Peranakan.
นันทิวาทโนเอวังตวังวิชัยโยโหหิชยาสยมังคะเลอปราจิตปัลลังสีเสปัทวิโปกเรอภิเสเกสัพพุทธาอากาปัตโตปโมดติสุนาคัตตังสุมังคลังสุปาตังสุโหติตังสุขโนสุโมโหโตจะสุยิทังพรหมจาริสุปภากินังกายกรรมังวาจากรรมังปาทากินังปาทากินังมโนกรรมังปเนเตเตปาทากินาปาทากินานิกตวานลพันตเทปาทากิเนอวตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพพุทธานุภาเวนัสสตาโสติภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพธัมมานุภาเวนัสสตาโสติภวันตุเตภวตุสัพพมังคลังราคันตุสัพพเทวตาสัพพสังฆานุภาเวนัสสตาโสติภวันตุเตตนะวัตโกสิริวัตโกสวัตโกภรวัตโกวันนวัตโกสุขวัตโกโหตุสัพพทาทุกขโรคปยาเวราโสกาสัตจุปัฏฐวาเนกาจิตา
So, good morning, everyone. To share some of my life experiences, I was in the northeastern part of Tibet in Amdo, and then in my childhood, I moved to the central Tibetan area of Lhasa. And I pursued study of Buddhism since my childhood, starting with the logic primer, the collected topics, which touches on topics like colors and so forth. And then I also studied the logic and epistemology, middle way philosophy, monastic code of discipline, and Abhidharma as well. Though regarding the Abhidharma, I didn't pay much attention or didn't take much interest in its presentation of the traditional cosmology, which I was not so impressed with. And I also studied the perfection of wisdom. And within this study of Buddhist philosophy and logic and so forth, I also pursued the study of psychology and then cognitive aspects of the mind, how our mind and cognition engages with their objects. And then I studied with great fervor all these different topics and canonical texts. And together with my studies, I also made prayers said prayers to the Buddha of Wisdom, Manjushri. And while I was studying these different treatises, I was greatly helped by my debate or philosophic assistance. And therefore, with their help and with my tutor's teachings, I pursued these studies. And having done my studies, I have been living my life with the meditation on bodhicitta, the altruistic aspiration or spirit of enlightenment, and bodhicitta. And so I said, having done my studies, I sat for the final examination, which started with going to the 3 great monastic institutions of central Tibet, Sera Drepung Garden monasteries, and then I sat amongst many great scholars in these 3 monasteries to give my examination. And then I also sat for the final examination in the Chokhang temple in Lhasa. And so, being someone from a remote village in Amdo, northeastern Tibet, and being able to do all these studies and finally also sitting for the final exam, I felt very fortunate to have been able to pursue these Buddhist studies. And as I said earlier, these debate or philosophy assistants were very helpful to me in the art of debate. And then amongst them, there was one of the censups. The debate assistants was not so bright, so I could, in a way, sometimes outdo him. And then, in any case, I sat for the final examination of the Geshe degree, and then, I considered my studies very important, the study of Buddhism, and also the practice of the 3 trainings, Shila, Samadhi, and Prajna. And having finished my final examination, soon after that, I had to flee Tibet because of the upheaval that was happening. And so when I left Tibet, before leaving Nobulenka, my summer palace, I went into the chapel where there was a statue of six-armed Mahakala, and then I prayed in front of him, and then I left Nobulenka secretly, and on my way I felt quite sad. Of course, I was sad leaving my homeland, but on the other hand, I felt that I would be going to a free land, India. And so, having come into exile in India in 1959, I was received cordially by the Indian government, headed by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru at that time. And he was very kind to me and my people and gave all the help to us since we came into exile. And so, after reaching exile, I had the great opportunity to share my experience, my knowledge and wisdom that I had acquired over many years of my studies to the world. And so in my studies, I have studied about mind and emotions and matter and so forth. And there were the texts presented various different degrees of subtlety within the mind and matter as well. In any case, my main practice throughout my life has been the altruistic spirit of enlightenment, bodhicitta, and the view of emptiness, shunyata, darshan. And so today, here you have gathered to make offering of long life puja to me. And therefore, I would like to thank you all for having come here, and particularly the monastics. I would like to thank you especially for coming here with your prayers for my long life. And so we have gathered here not for any kind of entertainment, fun, but for spiritual purpose and reason. And so, as I said earlier, I make it a point in my life to practice bodhicitta and the view of emptiness on a daily basis. And as part of my practice, I include, of course, I have the Vinaya vows to observe, as well as, over reflecting on what I had studied into the Perfection of Wisdom studies, as well as the Middle Way philosophy. And so, having done all these different studies, I live my life with, on a daily basis, practicing bodhicitta and the view of emptiness. And I have also, in the past, in 1954, went to China, where I met with the then chairman of China, Mao Zedong. And at one point, Mao Zedong told me that religion is poison. And so at that point, I felt a sense of compassion towards him for his ignorance. And so since reaching exile in the freedom of India, I have been able to share my knowledge and experience of the Dharma, as well as experiences of my practice to people who are interested in the studying the Buddhism, and particularly who are interested in studying about the workings of our mind, emotion, psychology. And so there has been an increasing number of people so far who have taken interest in studying from the Tibetan tradition, and I feel that I have done my best to serve them to the best of my ability. And we, as I said earlier, we have gathered here for a spiritual purpose, and also to celebrate the 90th birthday anniversary of myself. And for all your prayers and for everything that you have done for my long life, and for everything that you do in your practice of the Dharma and in serving others, I would like to thank you, and particularly the monks, the monastics, for your prayers to me. And as I usually say, I'm also determined to serve others through the Dharma and serve the Buddha Dharma as well. So in a nutshell, I was born in the northeastern part of Tibet, in Amdo, in a very remote place, and moved to Lhasa, central Tibet, and then sat for my final examination of the Geshe degree, and then I had to flee Tibet. But being the Dalai Lama, I have been able to create positive states of mind within others, and for which I feel very fortunate. And so thank you everyone for your prayers and in celebrating my 90th birthday.
Internationally, including in Singapore, Hong Kong, London, and New York. In 2025, he
သူကြည်နူလောက်ပေတန်သာရှုမြမြဆိုတေးလေးတွေလှတဲ့မေဝေငမ်းမောင်ကိုလောင်းနေရင်ဒီပရာဝေးกว่าကင်းစင်ပါမယ်
The dance symbolizes Khmer culture of resilience and blessing. They dedicate this performance, Your Holiness, to your long